you have gone through the last lesson, tsunami, isn't it? I have sent the notes also. So just I will go through that notes once again. That is, say whether the following are true or false. Ignatius lost his wife, 2 children, his father-in-law and his brother-in-law in the tsunami. So they all have been, Ignatius lost everyone there, isn't it? Is that true or false? It is true. Sanjeev made it to safety after the tsunami. Sanjeev, how was Sanjeev's life? Yes, he instead of saving his own family, what did he do? He went to save the lives of the other people, isn't it? So he did not care about himself. So that is also made it safely after the tsunami. Is that correct? No, it is wrong. Meghna was saved by a relief helicopter. So Meghna was tired too much and she was washed away by the shore, by the waves to the shore. And then many helicopters had gone through, but she did not see anything. But finally the waves had brought the residents. So it is also false. Alma's father realized that a tsunami was going to hit the island. Alma's father, did he understand? No, Alma's mother, isn't it? How did she understand? Yes, coming of the Alma's father saw, yes, that is true, because saw the sea waves coming with a great force, isn't it? So Alma's father realized that a tsunami is going to happen. So that is also true. Her mother and aunts were washed away with the tree that they were holding on to. So they got hold on the coconut tree. And what happened to that? It has been washed away by the sea. So that is all true, false. Now coming to the next. Why did Tilly's family come to Thailand? So why did Tilly's family come to Thailand? Yes, they had come. It was, we have seen in the beginning that it is a time of Christmas, isn't it? So why did Tilly's family come? Yes, they had come over there to celebrate Christmas. What were the warning signs that both Tilly and her mother saw? So what were the warnings? How did they come to know that something extraordinary is going to happen? Yes, the water was swelling and kept coming in. The water was swelling and kept coming in. Swelling means like a bubbles. It was coming like a bubbles rising too much and coming forward. And then beach was getting smaller and smaller. And at the same time, what is happening to the beach? It is getting smaller and smaller. That means from the beach, from the shore, the water is going very fast at the back, isn't it? Then once when it reaches to a far distance from the shore, what will it do? It will come with the double force towards the front, isn't it? This is the warning that they had seen. Do you think Tilly's mother was alarmed by this? Alarmed means worried about it, isn't it? So surprised, yes, she was surprised, alarmed. Where had Tilly seen the sea behaving in the same strange fashion? So Tilly did not have seen. This is the time she had seen there, and she could remember the time when she had seen that, isn't it? Where had she seen? Yes, in her class, in geography teacher while teaching the lesson tsunami, she had displayed the chart showing the appearance of the tsunami, isn't it? So she had seen in that geography video. Where did Smith family and others on the beach go to escape from the tsunami? So tsunami was affecting, and by the time all the people, Tilly's parents, as they started running, what did the other people also do over there? They also followed them, isn't it? Then where did they all go? All went to the 3rd floor of the building. How do you think a geography teacher felt when he heard about what Tilly had done? What was the teacher has felt? Yes, proud of her, isn't it? Why proud of her? At least she could remember what has been taught in the class. If that lesson was not shown through a video, will she remember when she saw the warning signs? No, isn't it? She will not remember the warning signs. So what the teacher has felt? Proud of her. That means what has been shown in the class, was remembered by who? Tilly. So when that difference was seen in the shore, what did she do? She understood that it is the beginning of tsunami. Understood? So did you get the answers now? Now next one. In the tsunami, 150,000 people died. How many animals died? So more people had died in the tsunami, isn't it? In the natural disaster, more people had died. But number of animals died was very less in number. Why? What is the reason? That how much the human beings died, that was not equal to the number of animals died. Why? Because it is being said that the animals could recognize or they will understand. They are having a sixth sense, and through that sixth sense they are able to know what are the changes that is going to happen in nature. Understood? That is why the death of the animal was less in number. How many people and animal died in Yala National Park? In Yala National Park, many people died, but animal carcasses means dead bodies of the animals were not found too much. It is only some 1 or 2 wild buffaloes. What do people say about the elephants of Yala National Park? So when the elephant sense that natural disaster is going to happen, how did they try to escape themselves? Yes, they go to the higher regions. They go to the higher regions. From the ground level, they reach to the higher top, isn't it? So that they think they are able to escape, isn't it? So what did the elephants in the Yala National Park also do? They climbed to the higher part of the hill and saved their life. What did the dogs in Galley do? So what the Galley, what was the incident? Yes, that the gentleman, he used to take his dogs also for the morning walk. But on that particular day, the dogs refused to come out of the house, isn't it? So because the dogs refused to come out, he was also saved from that natural disaster. So now you understood the answers, now you got the answers. Next, I don't know if Sanjeev was cheerful, brave or rash. Rash means very breed of brave. I think that he was very brave, cheerful and happy. Sanjeev was not heartless, careless or selfless. And all that words I have been given to you. So that I think you got your answers now. Now we are coming to the lesson, the hand and the cricket. The hand and the cricket. So it is a fable. What do you mean by fable? What do you mean by fable? Fable is the story opened with the story opened with animals. Open with the animals. That means that as usual in a story, who are the characters? Human beings, isn't it? But in a fable, it is the animal as the characters. So through whom the story is being said? Yes, through animals the story is being said, isn't it? So here fable means the story offered with the animals as a character. So here who are the characters? Ant and cricket. And cricket. What is the ant? You know? Cricket. She will in the night sitting in somewhere at the corner, but we can hear only the sound coming. Isn't it? That sound is being produced by cricket. So once that is a small black like insect, isn't it? So it will sit any part, but the sound is too much, isn't it? Very loud sound, and that is the cricket. So here through these two, the point is being said. Understood? Fable is a story conveys a moral. Moral means, what do you mean by moral? A lesson. Through this story, what we are able to? We are able to study a lesson. Understood? Poem about an ant and a cricket contains an idea of far-reaching significance. Significance, important. Significance means important. Significance means importance. Which is as true of a four-legged cricket as of a two-legged one. That means cricket is having how many legs? Four legs, isn't it? So it is similar to the two-legged. Who is the two-legged one? Yes, human beings, isn't it? Surely you have seen a cricket that has two legs. So now we will know what is happening to these two animals and what is the lesson we are going to study from these animals. Understood? Now look. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring began to complain when he found that at home his cupboards were empty and winter was come. So which season had already come? Winter. What is the special of winter season? Yes, it is cold everywhere, isn't it? Everywhere it is cold and difficult to get food also, isn't it? So all are sitting inside the home and they are not able to go outside because the whole area will be covered with the ice. So it is very cold, isn't it? So this story also happened during the time of which season? Winter season. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing. Sing means accustomed to means used. That means he is very young and all the time. What is his habit? Singing song through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. So before this season comes the spring and summer, isn't it? So during these two seasons, what did the cricket do? It was singing and enjoying his life. And now the two seasons are going to end and which season is to come? Winter has to come. Began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. So now these 2 months, the whole month he was enjoying himself, singing and enjoying. This is the life saying of cricket. So the whole months of spring and summer he was enjoying like anything. He was enjoying his life, singing and enjoying. And slowly the months had gone and which month started to come? Winter had come. So that time he understood that nothing is being left at home. That means he is not able to go out in the winter season, isn't it? He has to keep ready with his food. So now when he looked, winter had already come and now when he looked, all his cupboards are empty. Empty means nothing. So full cupboards of where he could keep his food are now empty. And which season had already came? Winter season had already come. Understood? Alright. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing. Accustomed to sing means used to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring. That means throughout the warm season. These two seasons are warm, isn't it? Hot and warm season. So during throughout this warm season, what did the cricket do? He was enjoying his life by singing. Understood? Began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. And now he was complaining. What was he complaining? That winter had come and nothing is left in his home. In his cupboard, all his cupboards are empty found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could be seen, not a leaf on the tree. Not a crumb to be found. Crumb means grain. Crumb means grain. So not a crumb to be found. No grains are there on the snow-covered ground. So everywhere, what is being covered with? Snow. Snow is fully covered everywhere. It is covered with the snow. In that snow, he could not find any kind of grain. Not a flower could be seen, not a leaf on the tree. So winter season, what is the special about winter season? Yes, what is the special? All the leaves start shedding. Leaves will be shedding from the tree, isn't it? Falling down from the tree. And it is bare, isn't it? No leaves and no flowers are there, it is bare. And again, which season has to come? The spring season has to come for the blooming of flowers, isn't it? So now, what did he do? Okay. So now, what happened when the winter had come? He could find nothing in his cupboard and no food for him, isn't it? And first of all, the ground, the whole area is being covered with the snow. So in the ground, he could not get any grains. Rambu means grain. He could not get any grains. And at the same time, no flowers and no leaves. Why? During the winter season, yes, everything will be falling down from the tree. The tree will be bare. Bare means nothing is left. No leaves, no flowers, no fruits, nothing. All will be bare, isn't it? And once, which season has to come for the trees to full? Yes. Which season? Spring, isn't it? Spring has to come. When winter is going to end, who has to come? The spring season has to come. So when the spring comes only, again, who will be happy? The trees will be happy, isn't it? The snow will move away and it will be warm. And also all the trees and flowers and leaves, everything will bloom. So again, he has to wait. So now in the last moment, he said that there is no grain on the ground and no leaf and no flowers. Not a crumb to be found, not a grain can be found. Where? On the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could be seen, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket of me. So the cricket said, now, oh, what will become? I don't know what to do. Nothing is left and the winter has come. So when we also do like that, isn't it? When we are not able to get anything or when we are not able to see anything, what will we say? Oh, we will say oh. Why? Saying that everything is over. Everything is oh. So in that oh itself there is a meaning. Nothing is left. Again, what will I do? Isn't it? So he started saying, oh, what will become? I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow because nothing is left. And already who had come? Winter had come. When winter comes, he is not able to go out, isn't it? For food. At last, by starvation and famine, made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he would grant. So what did he do? At last by starvation. Starvation means lack of food. Lack of food, no food. At last, by starvation, that means no food. And famine made bold. Famine means scarcity of food. Famine means famine. Scarcity of food. The same word Then what is the result of these both? Yes, death. If people starve and there is no food for them, and especially if it is winter season, what will be the end of their life? Yes, they will meet death, isn't it? That is sure. When the flood comes or any natural disaster come in our land, what will happen? Many people are left through famine or starving, isn't it? Because they are not able to get food. Everything is being lost in the water and they are left for starving, isn't it? Similar, that means no food for them. At last by starvation and famine made whole. So he for some days waiting, he could not get anything and he was starving for food and nothing was there. And this starvation and famine, that means made him bold. Bold means firm. Bold, firm enough, strong enough. Understood? That means he is suffering, hungry and at the same time no food. So he was suffering and at last he made somehow strong enough to ask for food. Some people are like that, isn't it? Whatever comes to them, they are not willing to share that sorrows or unhappiness to others, isn't it? And get help from them. So finally, at the last moment or sometime, the time will come for them to ask the help from others, isn't it? Similarly, here also, what did the king do? For days he has been starving without any food, he was there. And that made him strong enough, bold enough. All dripping, made bold, all dripping with wet. Dripping means everywhere wet because of the dripping wet. Why it is wet? Because of the cold ice or snow, isn't it? Because of the ice or snow, everywhere it seems to be wet. No dryness is there. And all trembling with the cold. And everywhere, because of the winter, it is bitter cold and only shivering, isn't it? That is why during winter season people are wearing which kind of clothes? Warm clothes, sweaters, isn't it? So here also, everywhere you could see all are inside their home during the winter time. Do the people come out? No, nobody will come out, isn't it? Because of here we don't have that much extreme winter. In northern regions there are extreme winter, isn't it? So here little bit winter season is there, means only little cold is there. But the northern region it is minus degrees. So it is bitter cold. So in that time no people will come out of their home. All like to be warm inside. That means sitting around the fire and warming their body, isn't it? So even animals, they also do not come out. They also feel cold. Here also, all everywhere it is only wet. No dryness is there. Everywhere it is wet. And all trembling with the cold. And because of that bitter cold, all are trembling. Trembling means shivering. Trembling, shivering. So all are shivering with the cold. Away he set up to a miserly end. Miserly means miserly. Miser. Who is a miser? One who do not give anything to anybody, isn't it? Who is a miser? One who do not give anything to anybody. That is in Malayalam we say Pishukan. Yes. He went to whom? The miserly ant. Isn't it? Miserly ant. So, he went to the miserly ant. How is the nature of ant? He is a miser. Miser means one who does not like to give anything to anybody. Mahapishikan. He is not willing to give anything to anybody. Keeping it. You also have heard about the king, isn't it? Who wanted to keep everything for himself, the golden king, isn't it? Finally, what happened? His daughter became a gold statue. Like that also, mice will not allow anybody, do not give any help to anybody. Everything they catch hold of themselves. Away he set off to the, so whom did he went to meet? The miserly ant. To see if to keep him alive, he would grant. That means, why did he go there? He wanted to ask the help from this miser, isn't it? He thought, that means after suffering a lot, after thinking that nowhere he would get any help, what did he do? He know that what kind of ant was he, isn't it? Still, that is the only neighbor who could help him, isn't it? So what did he do? He went to that miser to help him live for some time. To help him live for some time means to give him food. At last, by starvation and famine, made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with the cold, away he set off to a miserly ant. He went to meet the ant. To see if to keep him alive he would grant. Grant means to give. That means if the ant will give him something, then who can live? The cricket can live for some more days. That means if the ant is willing to give him help, who can live? The cricket can live. So thinking like that, what did the cricket do? He went straight to meet that ant. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain, he wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Him shelter from rain, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he could repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. So if the ant is not giving him, not willing to give him shelter and grain, what will happen? It is sure that the cricket will die of starvation, isn't it? So he had suffered that, and because he could not survive no more, what did he do? He went to that miser ant, and in order to keep him alive, in order to keep him or save him from death, what did he ask? Shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain, only a mouthful of grain, and give him shelter. He wished only to borrow, he would repay tomorrow. So he said, okay, I am borrowing, you give me because like borrow, tomorrow I will repay you. That means today you give me, tomorrow I will repay, I will pay it for you. So like you do not give me without any payment. That means tomorrow, whatever you give me today, tomorrow I will repay you. So otherwise, what will happen? I will die of starvation and sorrow. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful. Mouthful means one mouth out of grain. He wished only to borrow, and he said that it is just only borrowing. He would repay tomorrow, the next day. Once the season is over, when the weather is over, I will repay you. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. And if the ant is not willing to give, what will happen? It is sure that cricket will die of starvation and sorrow. So what did the cricket do? He went to the ant, and what did he ask the cricket? Ask the ant? Yes, he asked a mouthful of grain and shelter from rain. And what did he say? You just give me, I am borrowing it, and I will repay you the next day. And if you are not giving me, what will happen? I will die of starvation. Understood? Says the ant to the cricket. So hearing the story of the cricket, the ant. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend. But we ants never borrow. We ants never lend. So what did the ant say? What did the ant say? What did the ant say? We ants never borrow. We ants never borrow. We ants never give. We ants never borrow. We ants never give. Understood? Says the ant, I am your servant and friend. That means the ant hearing the story of the cricket, the ant said, I am your servant and I am your friend also. At the same time, I can help you. But we ants do not borrow and we ants never lend. We ants never lend. Let me borrow means to get something from somebody and lend means to give. Lend means to give. So, we ants will never give and we ants will never borrow. This is the policy of whom? Ants. What is the policy of the ants? We never borrow, we never lend. That means if we lend only, then we can borrow, isn't it? Or if we borrow, we have to lend. So, these two, we ants will never do. Understood? Very clever, isn't it? It should be like that. Some people, human beings are also like that. They never lend as well as they never borrow. That means from others they don't want to get anything. At the same time they don't want to give to others also. Worried about only themselves. Is that correct? Yes, it is not good, isn't it? Though we are not having so much, still what we can do? Little bit of that we can share with the others, isn't it? Otherwise, when we need something from anywhere, will any of these people come to help us? Yes, nobody will come to help us, isn't it? They will think, when I was there, he did not take care of me, he did not look after me. So now, why should I go and see him, isn't it? People are like that, but we should not be like that. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. So this is the policy of the ant. We never borrow, at the same time we never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Or the cricket? So one question the ant had asked. What was the question? Throughout the season, you did not find anything, you did not keep anything. That means the many season, that is summer and spring had gone, and you did not keep anything for the next season. Tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing? But that means you did not save anything, you did not keep anything. When the weather was warm, that means when the weather was warm, now only the cold has started. So before that, you did not keep anything for the coming season. No. What did the cricket say? No. My heart was so light that I sang day and night. For all nature looked gay, you sang, sir, you say. So what did the cricket say? The weather was very warm and my heart was so light, so I was enjoying. I sang day and night, the whole day and night I was singing and enjoying. All nature looked gay. Gay means cheerful. When the nature looked gay, when the nature looked cheerful, what did I do? When the nature was warm and cheerful, my heart also was very warm and cheerful. So I enjoyed my life singing. I did not think about keeping something for the coming season. Understood? This is the answer said by whom? Cricket. Go then, says the ant, and the ants are in their way. So, what did the ant say? Okay, the whole season, that means the whole summer and winter, summer and spring, you were enjoying yourself singing the day, all day and whole day and night, isn't it? So now winter. Let the winter go. Is that funny? Yes, isn't it? It is humorous. That means the other season you are singing and enjoying yourself. So now you dance. When you do your dance, who will go? Winter will go. Will the winter go? Will the season go like that way when we dance or sing? Will they go? No, there is a time for them. Up to then they will wait, isn't it? Only winter goes when spring comes. Thus ending the list, he lifted the wicket and then he closed his door. What did he do? Wicket means the door of the house where the ant is staying. Ants stay in ant hills, isn't it? Ants, where do we study ant hills? So in this ant hills, that means sand, isn't it? Yeah, I mean the holes made in the sand, isn't it? So now he closed the door and let the cricket outside. And out the door turned the poor little cricket. Now, what will the cricket do? He has to go himself and find food for him, isn't it? Otherwise, what will do? He has to die. Fox called this is fable. So that is why it is a people. Folk means people are saying it is a fable. Why it is a fable? Because the characters are animals. I will warranty you to this. It is justified. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. That means those who are having 4 legs, they will, what will they do? Enjoy, isn't it? Enjoy their life. And 2 legs, they will take care of their winter season. 2 legs will be playing and 4 legs, what will they do? And how many legs? Yes, they enjoy. Are they doing enjoyment? No, they are living a life, isn't it? What is the cricket doing? Cricket is just enjoying his life. It is only just enjoying his life. So throughout the season, he was enjoying his life like anything. When he looked outside, when he looked into the nature, everything is beautiful, everything is bright, and everywhere it is warm. And so what did he do? He was singing and enjoying himself. Forgot about the coming season. Now, which season had come? Winter season had come and he found nothing left. No food and no flowers. Nothing is there for him to survive. So, what did he do? He knew who is the ant. Who is the ant? Miser. Miser ant means not willing to help others or give anything of his to somebody, isn't it? But he wanted to survive. So what did the cricket? Otherwise it is sure that he will die in that cold winter. So what did he do? He went to the ant. He went to the ant and asked him a mouthful of grain. And what did he say? We ants never borrow and we ants never lend. That means we don't lend anything to anybody. At the same time, we don't borrow anything from anybody. This is our policy. This is the principle. So we have nothing now for you. And one question the ant had asked. What was the question? Throughout the season, what you were doing. So what was the answer? The cricket said, when the nature was cheerful, I was also cheerful, singing and enjoying, isn't it? So what did the cricket ant say? Okay, now then you dance, let the winter go. Understood? So what is the moral? That means we have to look forward to our future tomorrow. What to have, that we have to look forward. Now the cricket says, oh, what will become of me? When does he say it and it? So when does he say what I will become? That means the season had changed and winter had come and he went inside his house and he found his cupboards were empty. Cupboards are empty means nothing is left in the cupboard. No food is there. So when does he say that? He said that when he found his cupboards are empty. Why? Which season had already come? Winter had already come. Find in the poem the lines that mean the same as never a borrower nor a lender. Answer principle. What is the answer principle? We ants never borrow, we ants never lend. The ant and the cricket to dance the winter away. Do you think the word dance is appropriate? Yes, because during the other season, during the warm, cheerful season, what was the ant doing? Singing and enjoying himself. So now it is very cold, and what did the poet say? Now ant say, now you dance and put the winter away. So now we are coming to the end of the poem, and the notes will be sent to you. Understood? If any doubt is there, you can